How's it going out there, everybody? Okay, so day 2 of Fantastic Fest officially over. So the final movie of today was VHS Halloween, and you know what? After the, shall we say, mildly bad taste in my mouth that Vicious left, I would say VHS Halloween really kind of wash that flavor out of my palate, I would say. So VHS Halloween was a lot of fun, in my opinion. Unfortunately, I haven't really seen every single VHS movie that's ever been made. I do have the first, second, and third on the cloud. I think part 2 is my favorite out of that trilogy. The majority of the ones that have come out after that I've not seen, but I did see the one from last year, which I can't remember what the year was that was attached to it, because they give them random years now. So this one will be easier to remember because Halloween is my favorite time of year. So there you go. This was a lot of fun. You know what? Let me put my glasses back on, because in order for me to talk about this, I wanted to at least talk about briefly the individual scenes in the movie. Of course, anyone who's ever seen a VHS movie, you know that it's a series of found footage VHS tapes, one after the other, and there's usually one story that kind of connects them. Technically speaking, the story that we keep coming back to, it doesn't really connect, so to speak. It's just, it starts out, and then after every other story, it comes back to it. So it's like, you know, just constantly shooting back every so often. So that particular scene that we kept returning back to was called Diet Phantasma. Apparently, some corporation is trying to create this new diet drink, but they're giving it to these test subjects, and it's screwing them up. It's freaking awesome. So as far as the main stories are concerned, there's Coochie Coochie Coo. Yeah, take that for what it is. Ut Supra Sic Infla. I forgot what it stands for. There's a movie that's actually named after the English translation, but it's been so long I can't remember it. So sorry for not being very helpful with that. We had one called Kid Print, which personally I didn't care for this one. It had to do with adults and little kids were being attacked and killed, and I'm sorry, maybe it's just the father in me, but I don't like seeing kids in peril, and I don't like the idea of watching kids getting killed and hurt and whatnot. That's not for me. So that was the only one. I'm not saying it was terribly made or anything like that. Just the subject matter just didn't do it for me. Out of all the stories, that was the only one I was kind of iffy on. We also had Fun Size, which, with a repeat viewing, this might be my favorite. They gave us a couple of minor horror characters that, as far as I'm concerned, could potentially be new horror mascots. That's just my opinion. You know, we'll see how that goes down the road. And then Home Haunt, which was the final main story we got before the last bit for Diet Phantasma. So I gotta be honest, especially with Home Haunt, it ended with some extreme carnage candy. Like, seriously, carnage all over that last one. But there was plenty to go around. Even some that were just kind of like, oh, did you have to go there? But it's freaking hilarious that they did. And it definitely got a lot of laughs. The crowd was totally into it. Considering that this was the 5th movie of the day, and I don't know about everybody else, but it was definitely the 5th one for me, and I still had plenty of energy. The people were totally into it. It made for a very fun theater reaction, or theater experience, I should say. So, a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I am very tired. I'm glad this day is officially over. I'm still kind of riding the high of meeting Chris Stuckman earlier today. That was more than likely going to be my highlight of the entire festival. So I'm going to wake up tomorrow thinking that I probably dreamt that shit. But all right, so that's going to do it for today. Tomorrow begins a whole nother day and a whole nother set of 5 movies. So we'll see how the day goes. Later.